All right, so we're here for episode 5 of the Shuttlecock Podcast. I'm here with Samurai, a Kansas City rapper. How you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
Pretty good. I do say Kansas City rapper, but you have kind of been going back and forth between Atlanta and Kansas City.
I go to school out in Atlanta.
Okay, so yeah, we'll make sure we get to that also. But how old are you right now?
19.
19. And where did you kind of grow up in Kansas City?
I grew up in Kansas City. I moved out to Lee Summit probably when I was in 6th grade, I believe. And I've been living in Lee Summit ever since, until last year. Went to Atlanta.
And you went to high school out in Lee Summit too?
Went to high school in Lee Summit.
And so at what age did you kind of start becoming interested in music and start rapping and stuff?
I started rapping in 6th grade. And it was really just experimental. I was just freestyling a lot with my friends. And then it just became more later on.
And what were some of your first kind of like inspirations to start rapping back then?
When I first was rapping back then, I didn't really have any inspiration. It was more so like because since I was just freestyling, I was just making it. It was sort of based because I was just I was just going. Not very many influences. I only got influences when I got more serious.
What kind of music was in your life when you were growing up, though, would you say?
Rap.
Rap?
Just rap, hip-hop, R&B, a lot of R&B.
Any, like, specific, like, styles or eras that you were super interested in?
No, because my dad, he always tried to drill, like, different types of music in my head. So, like, I think it was Pandora. I used to have Pandora. I used to just go to NWA station and just listen to that stuff, like, all the time. I was very interested in NWA, like, even before they made the movie and stuff. Like, that made it more generic to me. But, yeah.
And you just kind of ended up branching out from what you heard on the Pandora station and all that? And so one of the biggest songs you've had so far is, like, well, it was one of the first songs I heard from you originally was Dial Tone.
Yeah.
So, and that's been out for like a little over a year now.
I just checked SoundCloud and I think it's just now saying a year. So.
And so was that one of your, so you started rapping, you kind of like freestyled when you were back in 6th grade, you said? So like kind of like through middle and high school, you kind of just worked your way up from there?
Yeah. Back when I used to rap at first, like, I used to just take my phone and then I had downloaded SoundCloud because I heard Soulja Boy rap about it or something. So then I just downloaded it, like, before everybody like was on it as a wave. I just downloaded it and then it said record here, so I just pressed the button and then I'll put my computer up next to my face and go to a YouTube beat and just like rap from my phone onto the instrumentals. And then from there on, I just kept making more and more music.
So I guess like just the availability of like using the internet to start a rap career was just really tempting for you, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could hit record and you can find a beat like in 5 seconds. So yeah, I guess that. And so you said Soulja Boy, like kind of like he really doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, he
at least yet.
That's one of my biggest influences.
Yeah, because you know, whenever someone gets around to writing like a history book on like the 2000s era of rap music, I think he'll have like a very instrumental part in that.
Yeah. It'd be sad if he didn't.
Yeah, him along with like Lil B and like Raider Clan, and I'm sure you know all about that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you what were some of your first songs that, like, after the freestyle stuff, when did you really begin to focus on like creating your own songs?
Well, a lot of people told me I needed like better quality, and I always knew I needed better quality. Like my mom, she got me a mic and like a Beats laptop or something. So I just started making a lot of music on there, but I always just wanted better quality, really out of the auto-tune, because I always liked auto-tune. So I just wanted to add more quality out of the auto-tune. So I started recording out in Lawrence at Chapman's recording studio. And then, but that's, it would be $60 an hour, but you have to have a 2-hour minimum. So I would always have to go like on my birthday or like any like gifted time, like when I had the money. So I never like could record like a ton of songs, but those songs I would be writing like forever, like just so that I can be good because there's $120 song, so I had to. So those were like my first songs, and then I would put them on SoundCloud.
And that's like kind of late middle school, early high school.
Yep, exactly.
And were there any like? Is there anyone that has really stuck around from like back in those days when you were recording that you still kind of work with?
Yeah, all my friends. Vanciaga, shout out to Vanciaga, Aaron, and Antonio, my friend Antonio.
And are those just guys you met through school or through recording?
Through school.
But they both were kind of at like similar points in their career.
Yeah, we all kind of. Well, and my friend Trey. Originally, it was with my friend Trey and Antonio. We were all rapping together, like just throughout it, because that's how it all started. We were just kind of messing around with it, and then we just ended up going a little bit more serious. And I would always try to ask them to be on there with me, so we all were just kind of dragged into it.
And I know you've released like several EPs at this point, and maybe like one or two mixtapes just throughout time. Well, I know you have your new mixtape.
I believe I released like 2 EPs and 1 mixtape.
And well, I remember listening to one, and like it actually had my friend Tatiana on the cover. I don't know if you So
dang, no, I've had 3 then.
Man, I
forgot about that one.
No more of your EPs than you do. No, I'm playing. But I think that was like one of the earliest things I heard from you. But where would you say your style of music was really at when you released your first EP?
When I released my first EP, dang, actually, no, I've had more. I'm gonna say two mixtapes, 2 EPs. The first project I ever made, it was a mixtape. And then my style on that was more so, like, it was just more regular trap. I didn't have a lot of autotune. It was just more like rap, trap type. Because I was mad about some girl situation stuff. So I was just trying to go hard. And then after that, that's when you heard that tape with her on the cover. That was like some sappy stuff, more so like some like sad songs. And then... and now I kind of take both and try to have different songs, I guess, different types on the same take.
Okay. And so a year ago is when I really I think that the EP that I listened, like that the sadder EP I listened to was like I kind of went back into your stuff after I heard Dial Tone. I think was probably the first song, so a year ago. And that song has production from the Burberry Perry. Now known as The Good Perry, on some lawsuit stuff. And it has ATL Smook on it. How did that song really happen?
That song, well, I had DM'd Burberry Perry like a long time ago, like, because I had heard of Yachty, because I followed Ian Connor for a long time, and then he was tweeting Yachty's stuff, and then I just liked it. I showed all my friends, nobody liked it. And I just liked it, and then I was like, well, like back then I was really thinking like, how could I like try to get on a little bit more? So I just started DMing producers that I seen from people, because I never really thought of that. I would always just stick to the same producer, and then I DM'd them, and then I ended up buying the beat.
And because I was like kind of like amazed at that point, because like that I think I found you like a bit after Lil Yachty had kind of blown up. And I'm like, wow, this guy's from Kansas City and he has a Burberry Perry beat. And but that is like an original beat from him that like nobody else has used.
And then he like when Yachty got on, he was like, I don't work with anybody. He was like, I don't work with anybody, so nobody ever was gonna get my beats and stuff. And like, but like I had it like before or whatever, so I just happened to look up. Yeah,
that's good. And because like. Yeah, I guess they are kind of working like kind of exclusively right now. So you kind of got in at a rare point with him. And how did and you just kind of did the same thing with getting the feature on that song?
Yeah, I just asked for it. Really, I was just going for the feature for more exposure.
And I know City Watts has had a song recently with Smook too. So that's cool seeing him on there. And So you have dial tone, and it's like just this really like colorful, infectious type of like kind of.
It's a weird song.
Yeah, it's fun, and like I don't even remember where I really heard the phrase at first, but I really kind of appreciate that somebody has come up with the term post trap.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like Young Thug is really an integral like figure to like where internet rap is right now, at least, because he was one of the first like really tough like street trap rappers to kind of create like a weirder sound.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I guess all the producers he worked with too, but he was kind of like one of the first guys that wasn't afraid to kind of create a stranger sound. And I think like Yachty and everyone that's come after him has just kind of been trailing on that. So I think you were one of the
I believe that.
Yeah, probably like the first person in Kansas City I knew that was really
on that type of wave. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So is that like are you just personally really interested in that sound?
Yeah, I'm personally just more interested in that sound. I think it's hot. I never was like. I feel like maybe if I lived, like, I used to live in the hood and then I went to Lee Summit, but I feel like if I maybe lived there for longer, I might would have rapped different or a little tougher or something. But, like, that style of music is just more me, I guess, because it's like still hard, but it's like at the same time it's branched out more.
Yeah.
So it's more me.
And even like I don't know if I'm just paying closer to attention or to the kind of the genre right now or not, but like it seems like all the rappers that keep kind of popping up within that subgenre are just coming faster and faster. Like Saw Baby is out, and like I just got really into like Trippie Redd the other day.
Same.
Like so.
I was just listening to him yesterday.
Yeah, so it's a really exciting genre to be watching right now, I think. But so you have Dial Tone, and I liked a lot of the singles that have come after that also, and we had you play the Mills Record Company show, and which kind of leads me to ask you, like, I don't know if it's just because like you don't personally like end up reaching out to people, but I feel like for the amount of like plays on SoundCloud and Twitter engagement and stuff, like Kansas City, like as a whole, like the rap scene hasn't really like grabbed onto you that much. Is that something that like do you think that's like the rest of the city's fault, or do you not really care about interacting with the rest of the hip hop scene here?
I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know. Like, cause I've been here until like I moved like last year, and then I've always put it out, and I've always represented Kansas City. Like some of my first songs, like we were talking about, I had a A16 song and an A16 Part 2. Like I don't know, but I feel like they like a certain type of music more than like the type of music that I do, or that, and I feel like I need more engagement, like you were saying, like more shows, just more promo here, or more contacting people here, just different networking.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like I don't want to speak for anyone else, but yeah, I do feel like that people will kind of have ignored you to a point just because like the style of music you're making, even though you're very good at making that style of music. So yeah, I guess it is just kind of like a snobby like preference thing to a certain point.
Yeah,
but
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Is that kind of discouraging for you just overall? Or
I feel like it's discouraging, but I actually want to say like it was discouraging. Like I don't feel like that anymore. Like I'm just gonna like keep putting out more and more and more stuff, and then going to Atlanta helped me out too, because everybody there is like super open minded. Like everybody's like a lot more open minded. Like there's open minded people in Kansas City too. It's just there's more in Atlanta, and then more everywhere, I guess, in the U.S. Like I would rather just keep trying to branch out before I try to conquer one place. Because if I haven't conquered it like by 18, then who knows when. So I just wanted to branch out.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, when was the first time that you at least visited Atlanta?
Like when I was like 15, I think.
Mm-hmm. And what was the circumstance for you being out there?
I just like going just because like I always heard about it in songs and stuff, so I just thought it was cool. And then I have some family out there, so I just ended up going, and I liked it.
And is that where you've kind of been staying when you do go out there now, or are you just hanging out with family, or?
I had to stay in the dorm. My dorm.
Oh yeah, because you're going to school there now too.
Yep.
What school are you at?
Savannah College of Art and Design.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And yeah, so that's in Savannah. How far of a drive is that from Atlanta?
It's in the one I go to is in Atlanta, but there's one in Savannah too. So there's two of them. And so yeah, I stay like 2 minutes from the school.
So have you ended up like doing a lot of like doing any shows in Atlanta or like working with a lot of musicians from out there?
I've met a ton of musicians, and I've like networked with a lot of musicians. I haven't got a chance to do a show there yet, but we're planning on it. Like we've been the first like I figured that the first year of me being in Atlanta was more so just scoping it out, just trying to get a feel for what I should do. Like now, like me and my team, we know is like exactly like what we should do. But we just got to do it, and then just more shows. Like you got to do some shows.
And like who are like you don't really want to. I'm sure you don't want to like just talk about every single person you've like met out there. But like, are there any people that you really formed a good relationship with?
Well, I met my best friend out there. I met my friend Isaiah. You can follow him at Isaiah I Love You. But that's about it. Everybody else I met was more so acquaintances and more people that I would like network with as far as like with fashion or music engineering or it's just stuff like that. Not necessarily more so on the personal level. I just networked with a lot of people.
And so yeah, you're going to school out there. What are you studying fashion there?
I think I'm going to study photography. I'm still deciding. It's either going to be fashion or photography.
But so you're not enrolled yet, or are you just doing like prerequisite stuff? Or
we just don't have to have like I just haven't went to the major yet because we don't go to our major till the third year. So right now I'm just in the general classes.
Yeah, so you're doing like kind of introductory to different.
Yeah.
What kind of
to like everything almost like just drawing, just different art things, drawing, design, things like that.
Are any of those classes like stuff like you hadn't tried before and like something that you ended up kind of more interested in than you thought?
No. With school, like, I'm slowly getting less and less interested. Like, I don't even like going anymore. And I already tried to, like, drop out. Like, I asked my parents if I could, but it's not even, like, it's not really like that. Like, they talk more sense into me, so I probably should just, like, I'm just going to, like, stick it out and just try to go and do music. Only reason I didn't want to go is because I'm always writing songs or something in the class. Like, and I'm, like, doesn't have very little attention. But, like, stuff like drawing, I'm good at drawing, so I can do that. But as far as, like, other stuff we were doing, like, I have to build stuff from wire. It was, like, a 3D design class. Building stuff with wire and clay forms and stuff like that. Which, like, we have to do, but I don't be that interested in it.
And so you said you've kind of enjoyed the drawing a bit. Yeah. Have you ever been involved in doing the visual artwork for any of your stuff? Yeah.
I do the artwork for everything. Everything that anybody has seen, like, is like a cover or... Yeah, like covers, my profile pages, or like anything, like that's all my art.
And is like what kind of format or like the media are you using for?
I use I do graphic design. That's one of the best things I'm good at.
So is it all like on a computer though, or are you doing paint? Yeah,
Photoshop, and then but the cover for Rocketship Samurai Stardom Awaits, I painted it. Yeah.
Was that something that like you hadn't? Is that like had you not worked with paint a lot before, or is that something you've kind of?
Yeah, I worked with paint a lot too. I just don't like it that much.
And so let me see. So yeah, getting to you have the new tape out. It's called Rocketship Samurai Stardom Awaits. Yeah. Where does the name come from?
The name, The name came from, well, I wanted to put Rocketship Samurai in it because, like, okay, one of my biggest influences in rap are Future, Young Thug, and like Blade and Blade and Young Lean and them. But Future, like with his album, I liked how he like brought another like persona out of him because he named it Hendrix, and then I always used to say like Rocketship Samurai if opposed to like Spicy Samurai instead. So in the title, I wanted it to be like Rocketship Samurai as like opposing to like my next like level, I guess, like of like branching out. That's why like this tape is like it's kind of different than the other music that I put out. So that's where the Rocketship Samurai comes from, and then I just feel like. I feel like stardom is like near, but I know I wasn't there when I made it, so I just said awaits. And then yeah, my friend Trey called me like the other day, and he's like, "Oh, you're a star regardless," and stuff like that. So I just already like I don't know. I felt like that was the right title.
Mm-hmm. And so you mentioned Young Lean is like kind of an influence on you. I feel like that's not like a really conventional like artist that a lot of like people making this kind of music are really listening to. What really strikes you about Young Lean?
I like very early on, like the way I even got my name was like I was very interested like in Chinese and Chinese symbols and stuff, and then like during that era like is when I went upon and I came upon Young Lean. And then he always had Chinese symbols in his videos, and his beats were like they use like exotic flutes and stuff. And like anybody who asked me like, oh, like what type of beat would you want? I'd be like Young Lean, but they don't know. Nobody would ever know. And then like that's kind of how I got the name Samurai. Like I just liked that type of vibe. I just liked his vibe because it was like based like Lil B or Soulja Boy, but it was autotune. So and I like autotune a lot.
And so, yeah, one of the songs on the tape that I was listening to the tape again the other night, and you just released like a remastered version of it, right? What kind of changed on the remastered version? You're just kind of playing with the production a little?
Yeah, I just play with the production a little. My friend had told me about how SoundCloud can like replace songs and keep the same plays, so I was like, I just took advantage of it and just tried to make the songs a little bit better. Because every time I hear songs, one of my songs, there's a new thing that irritates me, so I just try to update it.
Would you call yourself like kind of a perfectionist or?
Yeah. But I wish, I would call myself a perfectionist because right now I would still like want it to be even more perfect. So yeah.
So maybe we'll get a third version coming soon.
A third version. And
so on the song "Get Loose," a couple months ago when I crashed, you are kind of like doing more storytelling. I kind of noticed on the new songs. Where does that line come from?
That line came from, I was in Atlanta, and then a girl hit my car. I was in the back seat. I was in the back seat. I wasn't feeling very, very well, and then somebody hit my car at the light.
Yeah, and I think like even on another song on the tape, you're like a white girl crashed into my car
last week. Yeah.
So that's something that kind of got to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was cool to talk about, like some more like I don't know. Earlier in my songs, well, I've always talked about like the stuff that's really going on in my raps. Like I don't be like out shooting people or something, so I don't never like say that. So I just like anything that's really happened, I just try to talk about it or try to get into it.
Yeah, and like I wouldn't say like. Maybe it is, but like I wouldn't say your music is like overly like positive, like overtly, but like it definitely isn't negative music to any extent. And I think that's a lot of people will create something really dark and like sinister and negative like just to like catch people's eye, but I feel like that's not something you ever really go for.
No, all my songs. Like, only time it's negative, I guess, is if it's, like, some, like, sad song about a girl. But even those aren't even negative, really.
And so you are really interested in fashion also.
Yes.
So you have your own brand called Retaliation. But when was like the first time that you really got interested in doing clothes?
I started doing clothes, I believe it was probably like freshman year, or I think it was sophomore year. In sophomore year, I started experimenting with tie-dye a lot. So, and I had a brand called Illusion, and then I would just tie-dye everything, like literally everything, and everybody liked it a lot. Like my fashion, like my fashion was way more getting to people than like my music. Like people would actually like hit me up or like be like or try to buy everything and stuff, and people would always like mess with it a lot. So I had that clothing line, and then I don't know, like I get like things get old to me really fast, so I just started making new different lines at like all the time.
So you said you could get everything tie-dyed for Illusion. What kind of garments were you working with? Like
I had long sleeves, hoodies, and t-shirts, and I think I tried to do some joggers because people used to wear joggers. And then that's probably about it.
And they all just said like Illusion across the front.
Yeah, I would. It was before I even knew about Supreme, but I had a red box logo on it, and it said Illusion in it. But it like even if like somebody sees it today, it doesn't even look like it was going from Supreme, because it was like a Star Wars font. I like put it in too. So it was, and it was tie-dye in the background, so it was kind of like it like the block was a good like offset of the tie-dye. So that's just why I liked it.
Hopefully I can come up on one of those at some point. Maybe they're like floating around still.
I think I got like one or two at home. Random pieces. And I see random people wear them all the time, and I hate it. I was like, take it off.
Like just people you went to school with?
Yeah, at my school.
But what specifically like made you interested in like even starting to make clothes back then? Like was there like a specific brand that, or you just wanted to?
Yeah, I would just make it because it's kind of just because I knew I could. It's kind of because I knew I could. I liked fashion, and I just needed money. Like, who doesn't want money? So I was just trying to do it.
So you've always kind of had the entrepreneurial spirit in there.
Yeah.
And has that, do you think, really been like a valuable tool, like now that you're getting more serious about your music?
Yeah, I think it's valuable. I haven't been too much on like a lot of business stuff. I just been just more like type of art type of things now. But I'm gonna be bringing out more clothes like really soon. As soon as I get like, I'm trying to. It's hard trying to like promote two different things at once, and then on my Instagram, like I can tell that there's different audiences because like different people like my music pictures that like then they like my fashion pictures, so it's like it's weird.
So you had Illusion when you were still in high school, and you started Retaliation in high school too, right?
I started Retaliation
like near the end.
When did I start Retaliation? I think it was right when I got out of. No, it was the summer. It was the summer of when I was a senior. Yeah, so it was probably about like a year ago from now.
And what made you want to switch up from Illusion to Retaliation?
I switched from Illusion to a brand called Anything Goes.
Oh, so there's one in between those?
Yep, and then it was Retaliation. I switched I mainly switched from. Each time I switched, it was because of I wanted it to be a little higher quality, and I wanted it to be higher quality, and I wanted to get more money for like each individual piece. Like, because when I was selling the tie-dye shirts, they were like $10 or like $15, and then when I started selling things for like under Anything Goes, they were like $35 and stuff. So with Retaliation, I wanted it to look a lot more like professional. Like I like brands like Midnight Studios and Off-White and stuff like that. I wanted it to be more like upscale, like to where people would want to like pay a lot for it, type of things, rather.
And do you see Retaliation as being something a little more permanent than your last two brands?
Yeah, I see it being permanent, unless I like I see it being permanent as far as like the clothes and the ideas I'm planning on making. As far as the name, like I want Retaliation to stick around, but I mean it could change. It could change because I don't um, it's almost like because Ian kind of got revenge and my Retaliation, and my whole life I kind of like base myself on making something like different. Like even though I wasn't thinking about that when I made it. Like I don't know, I just still don't even like that it's kind of close, so I might change it. I changed it to Retaliation Couture, but it could change again.
Mm. And so I'm familiar with like some of the designs that you've done for Retaliation. Like you've had the bright hoodies that have the flames around the neck, and you've had like different ones that are like were they like rhinestone like Retaliation logos.
Yep.
So what kind of do you draw from as far as like how it looks visually?
Well, with the flames when they started, that was around the time when I made that mixtape. It was like Samurai Flames or the EP Samurai Flames, and I was just obsessed with flames at the time. And then like it was weird though because it was a whole like wave of everybody doing flames and stuff.
Everybody got
and
really
that
into
was
Thrasher.
literally right after. Like it was like literally right after. Like I may have been inspired by like a little flame stuff, but it wasn't like after like Forever 21 and stuff started getting it.
Yeah. That's when it kind of dies and you move on to something new.
That's when it's over. No, it was over when other people in Kansas City started doing it.
But how would you kind of describe the Retaliation's like aesthetic, like overall? Like, what are you really shooting for?
The aesthetic that I was going for is more so high class streetwear, I guess.
And are there people in Kansas City that you see doing like streetwear and stuff that you're pretty into, or is that something that I don't know? Like, do you feel like there's really a community for that here?
Yeah, there's a community, but it's really small. It's a small community. Like, I have a friend, Drew Hutton. He has a clothing line called Promenade. It's cool. And then I think I've seen multiple like clothing lines like in Kansas City that are coming up, and I've seen like there's a certain group of people on Instagram that like have the similar kind of style. So yeah, there's people here. There's not a lot.
Would you say it's like kind of a cohesive feeling like between some of the Kansas City brands that are out there? Like, do they all kind of like have like a similar feel to you?
No, I don't feel like the brands here have a similar feel. I feel like that's like one of the things that people are kind of doing different things in.
Yeah, and I think I'm guessing kind of like music is the same thing too here. Kind of like everybody's kind of fighting and trying to figure out if Kansas City is gonna have like a really like cohesive sound.
Yeah.
So I guess like it kind of transfers over into the streetwear also.
Yeah, everybody's kind of doing that, does their own thing. That's a good thing though. Like it shows that people here just be themselves.
So it's something you kind of enjoy about. Yeah. And are you into the stuff that like Was and Molly have made? Do you see yourself in like a similar like lane to them, or do you think they're doing something different?
As far as like as far as how their clothes look.
Or I mean, just like the overall goal of like what you guys are doing.
Oh well, I don't know. I don't think so because they're like I feel like they do their clothes as far as like that's their line, like, and that's like what they're gonna go for all out. But me, I do like more, so I don't even have like my full time to just Retaliation. Like I feel like if I had just full time to Retaliation, then I could make a lot more cut and sewn pieces and a lot more like mass production and stuff like that. But I kind of take it as like when I have time for it.
Yeah, and a lot of your stuff, or at least that I'm familiar with, has been kind of handmade, and because you painted the flames around.
The flames are painted. the rhinestones, I glued them on. Yeah.
Do you think that's an important approach to take for like a small streetwear brand at this point?
I feel like it's whatever you can do financially. Me, I don't never have like a whole ton of money to where I can just go have somebody put diamonds on it, or I don't. But personally, I would rather do it myself too. Though. I feel like it's they can tell, like, see the there's more passion into the pieces.
So what do you think is really next for you in your music?
For me and my music, what's next is I'm trying to keep promoting Rocketship Samurai Stardom Awaits, and really just I'm gonna be passing out CDs. I'm gonna be doing a lot more shows. I'm trying to do a listening party or a show here before I leave on the 24th, but the 25th I have a show in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I think some more shows, but I can't think about, like, I can't remember where, but just a lot more promotion for the tape, and then after that, I'm wanting to drop Samurai Flames 2, which will be on my birthday, probably December 5th or in October.
And so do you just kind of end up back in Kansas City whenever, like, you're not in school, like, just kind of on breaks and stuff?
Yep.
That's when I come. Is that kind of, like, a hectic thing for you to be doing, like, just going back and forth, and, like, does that make it harder to work on stuff for you?
It makes it harder, like, it makes it harder for certain things that I do. Like, here, I can, like, I've been posting on Instagram like crazy, doing like a lot of fashion stuff. So here I can get a lot more pictures taken and a lot more fashion stuff going. But I can't record here because I like recording with my friend Isaiah. So I can't record with him unless I'm in Atlanta or North Carolina. So it's really like different places I can do different things.
Mm-hmm. And what does some of, like, kind of your, like, do you just, like, not really end up with much free time when you're in Atlanta?
No, I don't end up with a lot of free time just because of school and homework. Just school and homework. I mean, I have free time though. I have free time.
Mm. And what are some of your favorite aspects about Atlanta outside of going to school there and, like, meeting other people involved with rap and stuff?
I don't know. I really just like the people in general. Like, even the people who don't rap. Like, I don't know. It's like it's different. Like, they have a different type of, like, hospitality. Like, it's a lot more, like, kind of like welcoming. And there's other, like, there's more people. Like we were talking about, like, the certain wave that I'm kind of on. And I was saying there's not a lot of people here, but there's some. But in Atlanta, like, even just at my school, there's, like, a lot of people that are, like, we're on the same frequency more so.
Yeah, so there are, like, kind of a lot of people involved in rap that go to SCAD, and, like...
No, well, there's more people, I guess, than, like, if I was in Kansas City, but there's not a lot. There's not a lot of people.
I don't think, like, I've met, like, a bunch of people that go to the Art Institute in Kansas City, and, like, I don't think, like, even one of them is involved in hip-hop in any way. Like, a lot of them are, like, into rock music and just doing their art stuff all the time, so... I guess
a lot of people in my school do fashion. Yeah. Fashion stuff. Yeah.
Is that exciting for you to get to see, like, people you're around a lot working on that stuff?
It's exciting, but when I first got there, it was discouraging because here people would see somebody like me or, like, the stuff I'm doing and it kind of be more jaw dropped. But, like, there, I would be the one jaw dropped, like how'd you do that, or like, I don't know, like, but then again, it's more inspiring being there.
So you're kind of like the big fish, no, little fish in a big pond, and like kind of the opposite here.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, another thing, like the hospitality, I guess that it, like, I've never visited anywhere in the South really besides, like, Texas and Florida really briefly, but I guess that is kind of a big part of Georgia.
Yeah.
And, like, people come here, and I meet people from like New York and California, and they'll come to Kansas City, and they'll be like, why is everyone trying so hard to be friendly to me?
Yeah.
And like I guess like the South just kind of takes it to another level, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, I've always like I don't know, I think more people here just are socialized to feel that it's important to at least like appear friendly to people.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know. How would you compare like friendliness in Kansas City to Atlanta?
I feel like in Atlanta, well, I feel like with being black, I feel like there's more people there that there's less racist people there, and there's more in Missouri than there.
Yeah, I can kind of see that because it probably, it is a bigger population down there, and so
and then I don't know, people just are more like accepting of you of weirdness too. Like just going to my school, like the kid who like people would see in high school and be like, oh, like they're weird or something, but they'll be like cool at my school, basically.
So I guess that's been kind of a pleasant thing for you, I guess, at least.
Yeah.
So is like, are there any other aspects of Atlanta that you enjoy a lot? Like, is the food there a lot better? Like, or like stuff like just hanging out there more fun. Yeah, the weather's nice.
The weather.
Yeah.
The weather. Just there's more availability to network too. Like we were talking about how here I don't really network. It's not even because there's no reason why I don't really, besides that there's not very many functions to like Kansas. Like the rap scene here kind of like literally just started doing like shows and events and stuff like 3 years ago. Kind of like people weren't really doing as much as now, or like trying to like get out. But in Atlanta, like there's literally like something every day, like little shows and stuff, or like anything you can go to like every day that you can just go network at.
Where does Kansas City's hip hop scene really begin for you? Like, what was your first kind of like taste of like Kansas City hip hop shows and like other artists that you saw?
Really, it just all developed over Instagram, Twitter. I would end up seeing more and more people, or like a lot of people have been following me for a long time, so they know like I've been rapping for a while. So like before some people would start rapping, they would kind of DM me and be like, "Yo, like, oh, check this out." So like then I'll just know about everybody. And then, but really, it was when I had my first show. I threw a first show. It's called XXXX Private Affair, and it was I think it was in like Grandview. But for that, I wanted to get a larger crowd, so I started trying to find different artists that I could put into it. And then my friends are artists, so I guess like that was like we kind of see the rap scene is kind of like more so like just us almost. So we get them. And
I think I've seen a video of the Private Affair show. Yeah. Was it a house show, or was it just like...
It was in I don't know what it was. It wasn't a house, though. It was some building. It was a building.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like all the lights had been shut off and everything, and everyone's just like jumping around in the middle of the room.
Very underground. The floor was breaking.
Yeah. And what other artists performed at that one?
Antonio performed, Balenciaga performed, Hollis, Ohio, and I believe that's it. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. But then I performed, and that's it.
What shows have you done since then?
Then it was a XXXX2. It was a Private Affair 2, and that one was extreme. The first one was, like, we had made it up like on Sunday, and then had it on Saturday, like the next week. But the other one we had planned out for months, and then that one it had a lot more people. It had Dame in it. I tried to get Kai Colors, It had other people. It had Lydia Alim.
What made that show more extreme to you?
The fact that we tried to make it more extreme because we like planned it out. It was more thought through.
Was it at that same venue?
No, it was a different venue. It was a bigger venue. We had sex dolls on the floor and balloons. Like, and then we had charged this time. Last time it was free. So but it was still more people. So it's just the fact that we marketed it better. And then at the record company, and then after that, I haven't performed since.
So it's been a very but you said you have a date booked in North Carolina at some point.
I guess the 25th is like next week. It's like next week.
Who booked that show and like who else is playing that?
I think a friend of mine named Cole. He booked it for me and my friend Isaiah.
So it's just you two.
He booked it for us out there because Isaiah's from North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
And but he's from what's it called? Charlotte. He's from Charlotte, but the show is in Raleigh. So that's how I got into it because they always see me with him, and when they see me with him, the people like my music too, and we have a lot of songs featuring each other, so like they know about me there. So that's another reason I wanted to get out of Kansas City because I know that I need to expand in other places because like I feel like I have almost like not equally amount of fans, but like a good amount of fans there that I don't even know them just because like they generally just like that sound more.
And do you have any big plans for like where you want to see your live show at some point? Is that something that's important to you as an artist?
I feel like live show is gonna be important to me. Like as soon as I get like tons of finances to do exactly what I would want to do, like I don't want like shows nowadays. Like while I'm trying to like really get on, I'm gonna be doing a lot of hype stuff, like in the crowd, like with you type of stuff, rapping. But that's not really what I want. What I want to be able to just have an auto-tune mic and just sit down on the stool and sing like the songs that like are on like Rocketship Samurai, like songs like that, like that are more like even the sad ones, even the ones that are wavy, and just have like a projector behind me or something like with like if I got a song called Tundra like with snow in the back or something like stuff like that, more like stuff like kind of like a listening party almost.
Yeah. So and you do like have you started to kind of gravitate more towards like ballads and like pop songs and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. Like while I've been in Atlanta, well, like I was saying about recording, like when I used to have to just pay for studio time, I would always have to write out my songs before I'd go. And then if you can imagine, like I couldn't even like test out my auto-tune or anything. Like I would just be like listening to the beat and kind of singing to it, like how I know it would be like cool. And then I would go to the studio and then hear the auto-tune and stuff, and it's like way kind of different, or it could be different. But in Atlanta, I've been like I have the studio with me because it's in the dorm, so I can like do more experimental stuff. So that's why my music's been more experimental.
And yeah, like I don't know if you've listened to the new Lil Yachty album that just came out, but he does really go in like a kind of a pop direction, and he has like almost like these new wave, like really synth like styled songs on there.
I haven't heard it yet.
I thought that was kind of an interesting move that he made. So I guess that's just I guess another way that the genre's really kind of evolving.
Yeah, I haven't heard his yet, but like from my experience with like it's literally like it's not just gonna be the Rocketship Samurai Stardom Awaits tape, but I'm gonna be off of it for like the next tapes. I want to make like because a lot of my music I feel like either people just don't want to acknowledge it or they just don't get it. So I think like for my next tape I'm not gonna dumb it down, but I'm gonna try to make it more so like to where like people like know it's fire like for a fact, like as soon as they hear it, more so like it's gonna just like so they can understand.
And I do think like the Samurai Flames tape, the first one. So you said you wanted to do the
people
second
like
one
that
next.
A lot.
Like yeah, that and I think that is more kind of oriented into like kind of louder songs, like catchy chorus, and
exactly.
stuff that people.
I gotta go back to that a little bit more. Then I can try more experimental stuff a little later.
I guess the people might not quite be ready for Stardom Awaits yet. Yeah,
they're not ready for the Rocketship type of ways.
So you have the Rocketship persona, but like on all your social media, you're Spicy Samurai. Where does the spice come from?
Spicy Samurai. Back when I was finding names, or like everybody kind of had that like time where they were kind of just like really trying to find their little name on Instagram or whatever. I was like Samurai.x or Samurai this, or like just different ones. I was Samurai Drew at one point too, but I don't know. I just like I think, I don't know, like back in school I used to always be on some funny stuff like in class, and I'd be like, oh, that's spicy or something. So like I would just put it in there, and it had the 2 S's, and it like I felt like it was an appealing name to where people would kind of be like, what, or kind of like throw them off a little bit. So that's what I wanted to go for. Like I don't like it as far as like being like an artist, like I don't want that to be my artist name. The artist name is Samurai. That's just my social media name.
And you just didn't really feel like being like another Young or a Lil, and you just kind of wanted to carve out.
No, I never wanted to be a Young or a Lil. I could be a Young or a Lil. Like I was thinking about that I could like eventually, because I wanted to branch off and be Drew like a little later, like once I get older. So it could be a little Drew, but other than that, I don't know.
That'll be for like your really personal like pop ballads that you're singing about your life in, but exactly. for now it's just Samurai.
Yeah, just Samurai
with the flames.
Or Rocketship Samurai.
So yeah, you said you have the second Samurai Flames tape, the EP that you're gonna work on, and you're pushing Stardom Awaits right now.
Yep.
And how do you really see Retaliation evolving next?
For Retaliation, I'm about to get into airbrush. I thought a lot. I had thought about it because we was doing a lot of spray painting at school, and then I just thought about like I know I can draw like kind of well, so I figured, and I like fashion, so I figured why not try to do airbrush, and I feel like it might come back into play, like in the future. Because I always try to think about the next thing, like. Kanye did his Donda tees like with airbrush, but not a lot of people have been doing airbrush. So I wanted to get into that direction, and I think I might even start setting up shop just at different places like the Plaza or something. It was all white tees, and ask people like what they want on it. Just do airbrush stuff.
And like I'm not saying I know like the first thing about fashion because I don't, but I feel like just from my observation, like at least part of the game is just like knowing or like just at least being able to like intelligently guess like what from the past is going to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
airbrush was big. People always wear airbrush, Air Force Ones, big baggy pants, and now it's like coming back.
And even like when I go to like some of the hardcore shows, like the rock shows that I go to, like people like a couple of years ago, like just got really back into flannel, and that just became like a big thing. Yeah. And I even at like some rap shows, I guess I would be seeing flannel also. So
yeah, regardless rock, like right now, like people are going for that like style. So yeah, people are robbing from the rock styles.
Yeah, because you see Uzi and like the striped shirts and the chokers and
stuff like that.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Are there any like rock musicians that you're really into?
I like rock, but honestly, I do not know like very many other names. Like if somebody showed me songs though, I'll be like, oh yeah, I know that song, but I don't know. Like I've never like with rap artists, I'll see like hear one of their songs and then I'll go type their name in and then go listen to all the rest of the songs. But with rock songs, I literally just like I would like rock more as like a radio, like and just different, just listen to different ones. Like I've been to rock concerts too, and I enjoy them a lot. Like I enjoy them more than rap concerts, and I like just sitting there and feeling the vibrations. So
is that like just the main thing, kind of like the noise out of it, or
I just like the noise mainly, and I like the noise, and I like their passion. They have way more passion. Like I could just see it in them, and like the way that they be playing the guitars and stuff. I just can see the passion more, and it feels more like really authentic. But with rap, I never can really tell if somebody's like really authentic or not.
Yeah, because like you see like some punk band and the singer's just like going all out and screaming and stuff, and then you just like the next day you're at a rap show and someone's just kind of like trotting across the stage, and you're like anybody could do that. It's like as far as performing goes. So are there any like specific rock bands that you remember seeing that stuck out to you?
No, because it was in Atlanta. I've never seen any rock concerts and stuff that are artists that are like big. They've just been local all the time.
And are you familiar with anyone from like Awful Records? Is that something that you're into? Yeah, I remember I went to this punk festival in Oklahoma City last year. It's called Everything's Not Okay. And one of the bands was from Atlanta, and they were called Slugga. And the singer was wearing a Slug Christ T-shirt. I'm like, oh man, this guy knows about Slug Christ, and he's from Atlanta. Yeah. So like, I tweeted at Slug Christ after I like took a picture of him. I'm like, wow, like, do you know this guy? And he's like, no, hook me up with them. Like,
I'm dead. That's dope.
So I just thought, like, I'm just like always a big fan of seeing like just different genres being mixed and people meeting up and stuff like that. So that's a big part of what my blog is, I think, if anyone pays attention to that stuff.
Yep.
But
I can tell because like I think the magazine and you, I've seen a lot of rock stuff. So that's what like that actually made me want to come even more. That is not just like rap, because then it's like, oh, I'm just with them. Like I'd rather be with the different genres.
Yeah, if you ever want to come check out a punk show, just let me know.
I'll check them out.
I'll find one with you. But so yeah, you have some airbrush stuff coming with Retaliation. You have the new Stardom Awaits tape out right now. Another EP in the future.
Yes.
Is there anything else people should be looking for that you're excited about?
Everybody should just. I want everybody I want a whole lot of people to just end up following me on Instagram. I've been like every day. I've been styling different outfits just so I can try to inspire anybody to just have a style, a different style. I just want to boost up my different social medias and boost up my networking. If anybody wants to contact me, I'll be willing to work with anybody. Like, I'm trying to do a lot of features too. I never was even trying to do features like back in the day, but like now I'm trying to like literally do like everything. So I would say just be looking out for everything. Just be looking out for my name.
And where can people follow you on social media and stuff?
Follow me at Spicy Samurai. SPICYSAMURAI.
That's on Twitter, Instagram.
SoundCloud. And SoundCloud. And YouTube. Oh, that's what I want to say. I just dropped the whole Rocketship Samurai Stardom Awaits tape on YouTube, but I'm gonna drop a video for each song on the tape. So
do the whole Beyonce thing and
Future.
Yeah. Wait, is Future doing that too?
Yeah, he does it too.
Oh wow.
He always drops like he has a video for almost every song he's made, almost. Like he has so many videos, but like I want to drop a video for all the songs, and then like I was saying, how I feel like a lot of it is understood. That's the main reason that I'm gonna do videos, because I feel like there's something with watching something while audio is playing that makes you understand it a little bit more. I feel like there's something with that scientifically, just because like even with music videos that I'll watch the video and then I didn't like the song before, but then I'll be like, oh, I understand it now, just because like how they're going, like how they're saying it, or how they're like rocking to it, or just different things. So I'm wanting to do a video for each one.
Yeah, and Future is like an artist that does, like, he has a lot of videos, and like, I don't remember if it was the Draco video or the Super Trapper video, but like, he had some video that came out recently that I was like just blown away by. So yeah, he's always kind of on that. So what kind of video stuff do you think you're gonna get into? Like, do you have a lot of specific ideas for your videos?
Like literally, like if you look at the songs on Rocketship Samurai, there's on SoundCloud it makes you put a genre on it, and for each one I have like almost like a different type of genre, and for each genre I'm wanting to do it like that type of video for it. I have a song I made for my girlfriend. It's called "Don't Wanna Die Tonight." And then for that video, I'm wanting to make it like a punk rock video. Like I'm wanting, like I don't know, I'm wanting to be outside in the rain with a microphone and just kind of like really rocking out with some like Prince type of stuff on, like some stuff like that. Or but then again, for like I have a song called "Diamonds Got a Fist." And then for like a video like that, I would want it to be really like with a whole bunch of people shaking my dreads, like just like I want all the videos to be like custom for the song, not necessarily for like just like how I feel, or I don't know. I just want it to be like for the song, like different type of aesthetics.
Okay, so yeah, everybody can check out your social media, Spicy Samurai on everything, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram.
Yes.
And everyone can follow at Shuttlecock Mag on Twitter and Instagram to keep up with the podcast and the website. And there's also the web store that has our T-shirts and buttons and zines. And yeah, the Shuttlecock Podcast is part of the A.D.D podcast family, so look out for new episodes from them coming up. And yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to come out here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Also, follow retaliation.us on Instagram.
Follow it.